We are back for game 2 of tonight. Carthage Firebirds against the Illinois State University Redbirds. We just had an excellent match about an hour ago. It was Carthage against the Concordia, Nebraska Bulldogs. And let's just say that was a close game. It went 3-2. Firebirds just blowing up the Bulldogs in that last map, solidifying the win for us. And now we're back for yet another game. And hopefully some of the issues we had at the beginning, we figured out how to change them in our comps and stuff, because we struggled for a little bit, but we found our rhythm, found our calling, and we are back. So we are ready for map 1 of tonight. Looks like we are on Busan. Firebirds are going Winston, we are going Diva, we are going Doomfist, Soldier, Baptiste, and Zenyatta. I like that solid dive comp. Absolutely. Whereas the Bulldogs they're adding that shield. They're going a Hammond. The Redbirds, sorry.
They're good.
A Hammond, Sigma, Tracer, Echo, Brigitte, and Zenyatta. Brigitte and Zenyatta having a lot less healing, but more damage. It's going to be very interesting for them as a team. You know, having that decreased healing might not work out for them too well. But it looks like Firebirds immediately going to point, whereas the Redbirds, this is gonna be hard to catch.
Yeah, right?
The Redbirds going on the distance, but immediately losing that Hammond to the Firebirds. They're trying to deal a lot of damage. The Redbird Sigma getting those 2 early picks on the supports, but the Firebirds are still holding their own, doing extra damage. And it looks like there you go. I think the Firebirds are gonna have to retreat despite doing really well initially for that push.
Yeah.
But the Redbirds were able to get some really, really key picks.
Yeah.
And ultimately fell.
Absolutely. No, we saw Carthage do really well in the last game we saw with the control point round, where they really struggled on the payload round. So it's going to be interesting to see if Carthage can capitalize on what they did earlier today, and then, you know, bring that to this game too. But it looks like right now Illinois State's got the upper hand here. So it's going to be interesting to see what Carthage does to regroup and get back in there.
I agree. It's going to be very, very interesting to see, but I think the Firebirds know. We can see Donut playing as Doomfist, and Donut is just scary on Doomfist. But Horus is moving around as an Echo, trying to get some back picks, but ultimately mismanaging some of those boosts and falling behind the Firebirds out of position. So now I think the Firebirds are going to just go back on the point. And there's Donut trying to dive that Zenyatta, doing a 2v1 right there.
Nice.
Almost picking off that Echo, but it wasn't enough. NECC is on point with the Firebirds tanks, and it's Zenyatta, but Zenyatta's easily picked off by NECC. There's a Tracer. Tracer's gone. Firebirds have capped the point.
Carthage back in.
Now Redbirds getting up to 52%, which is pretty good for them. Pretty good to hold. But hopefully the Firebirds can secure this and just hold it until the end.
It'll be interesting to see too, because like you mentioned in the last round, you know, a lot of times when you see a team get to that point first, they end up holding that till the end of the game. There might be a 99% overtime contest there, but then it, you know, eventually it either gets flipped back, or, you know, the team that held the point ends up taking it back over, holding it and winning the game. So
I agree.
This is interesting to see that Carthage has flipped control.
Now Second Punch waiting for that Doomfist to initiate that dive, it looked like, and there's the Zenyatta popping the Transcendence, but the Echo is just out of range for that and taking all the damage.
Looks like that Winston ult is up. It'll be interesting to see if he uses it.
Lunar Synergy using that visor, doing just so much damage with it right now too. Able to get 1 pick and getting that. There's NECC picking off that Hammond.
Looks like 2 down for the Redbirds.
Be a really good pick for them.
Yep, 2 down for the Redbirds. Carthage looked like they only lost 1 in that fight. So, you know, again, they come out on top.
Now, it looks like the Firebirds have also reached the point that the Redbirds did initially and are now just going past them. So now, from now until the end, it's just, you know, even better.
We might get one or two more good fights out of this match here. It'll be interesting to see what Illinois State does to kind of contest this point here.
I agree.
They got, what, 2?
There we go. Second Bird diving onto the Redbirds, doing a lot of damage, getting the Echo, and unfortunately, the Brigitte falling in. There's that Echo using that, but the Zenyatta, the Redbirds do not have any supports. Right now, there's a Tracer walking around using that recall, but Second Bird's Winston is a really good hero to take care of that Tracer.
Absolutely.
So there's Donut trying to getting a little bit bullied, but I think Donut will be able to.
Didn't see that coming.
Spoke too soon.
No.
But NECC getting the pick on that Echo is going to be a really solid trade for them. I think a DPS for a DPS. It's pretty even trade. Now the
100%.
Firebirds are about to take it. Aaron Suckerbridge has Primal Rage.
Yeah,
To
exactly.
allow him to get a bunch of damage and also just knock people off
If
point.
there's any sort of contest here, Winston's gonna ult, knock him right back off.
And there's Sam. Sam has the
Self-destruct coming out right now.
forcing people to run away, getting the Brigida. The Redbirds are down to 1 tank.
They're still
There's
here in that
Echo.
overtime, though. That
Echo is just
contest is still
she's
going
hanging in there. There we go. It is now just Sigma, and it looks like the Firebirds have picked all of them off. Round 1 goes to the Firebirds.
Nice. That, you can see they made really quick work of that. And, you know, that disproves your theory from earlier where it doesn't always go to the team that captures it first. Carthage really knew how to capitalize there.
Yeah.
Those team fights were really well played.
Very beautiful teamwork for them. I mean, ultimately, it doesn't matter how much percentage the other team gets, as long as we win.
Yeah.
Like, that's the thing you got to remember. If it's 99% to 99% and we ultimately win, we won. Like, that's all that matters. So I think Busan, this one specifically, downtown, is a little bit of a struggle for us in our past. We have had some success, but we've also had a lot of difficulties. So it all depends on where our positioning is, how well our communication continues, and how well we play.
Yeah, absolutely.
And I think Donut going Doomfist is a solid pick. So
Yeah, I agree.
synergy, switching from Soldier, going Cassidy, gonna have some added like long range, it looks like.
The poke will be helpful, especially at this first initial fight to see who's going to get control of that point. So let's see where they end up. Winston kind of hanging back up high, so let's see where he goes.
Now Sam is diving above, despite having like no health. There goes that immortality field from Nancakes, which is going to protect a lot of Sam, but Sam ultimately leading back after doing a decent amount of damage to some of the Redbirds.
Yeah, Redbirds down 3 players. Doesn't look like they managed to get anyone from Carthage there, so...
But there's Donut doing a lot of damage. It's like, that's a lot of damage. There we go. Saying that all night tonight, every single day. I'm like, that's that one guy. That's that one type of tape we won't talk about unless they sponsor us, because I want some of that tape. I want to be able to say that's a lot of damage.
Please sponsor me. All right, but it looks like that Cassidy ult will be coming up soon. The Baptiste ult is up now. Doesn't look like they've got any on the opposing side. So right now, you know, Carthage has the upper hand. If they try to engage, now they're going now 3 ults coming.
They baited out that immortality field, which is gonna be really key. Now they're gonna be able to Suckerbridge using that primal rage, just knocking around inside. Being inside with a monkey or with a Winston that is raging is such a bad combo, because once he gets you into that corner, he will do what's called juggling, where he'll just knock you up and up and up, and he's basically juggling you, and there's nothing you can do about it.
Looks like Carthage got the team kill there too. That was crucial in order to keep that point. All right, here they come in for another round. They've got almost all 6 ults on the other side.
Now that's an interesting dive from the Redbirds, though, because it's now just a 2v1 up there, and ultimately a 2v1 wins in favor of the Firebirds. So like, there's that high noon.
Cassidy
Unfortunately, Westhoff getting picked off, but Donut's there to make sure he regrets it, and they're able to get the pick on the Reinhardt and the Lucio
once again
fighting the Redbirds.
Wow, they are on top of it. That's 4 down for the Redbirds yet again. So Carthage once again showing they know how to hold a point once they got that.
You know, I think you could say the Firebirds are on fire. They're fired up.
You could say that.
Hashtag fired up in chat.
You definitely could say that.
Yeah. Looks like the Redbirds are going to go far right side, which is going to be very scary. If they get booped off, really good way to get booped off. But there goes, they're baiting off the immortality field. Now Sam knows they don't have it.
Yes.
So they're going to be able to use that self-destruct. And that self-destruct from the Redbirds isn't going to do anything. There's that Cassidy.
Are we about to see the team kill?
Oh my gosh.
We're about to see that.
There we go.
There's a team kill right there.
That's another.
That's some emotional damage.
Oh my gosh.
Right there.
I don't think the Redbirds are going to be able to do it. Psychobirds having that primal rage, gonna just juggle them around at that point.
And there it is.
There you go.
Carthage again, making really quick work of the Redbirds here.
Perfect route. Perfect map 1, I think.
Yeah, that was awesome. They really, again, it's a lesson in point control. They knew exactly how to do that. They knew exactly when to engage, bait out the ults.
Oh, yeah.
Awesome.
Now play the game, going to Psychopreds, as we know. Such a scary person when it comes to Winston, especially when you get them indoors like that. As you can see, he's just knocking them around, and there's nowhere for them to go. And now he's juggling them and gets six
couple kill. That is
sextuple kill.
Insane. That crowd
Mancake's
control
doing
was
9,000 healing damage. Psychopred's getting 14 jump pack kills. Holy cow. I don't think I've ever seen that before.
That is
insane. Westhoff doing a ton of healing.
40% of the team's damage right there.
A lot of healing.
That's impressive. That
Oh, yeah.
crowd control, unbelievable by Carthage. They really had that game, like, you know, dialed in. They knew exactly what they were doing there.
Oh yeah. So I'm confident. I think the Redbirds, now they know how the Firebirds play style. So I think the Redbirds could easily figure out, you know, good counter to us, and hopefully the Firebirds are able to, you know, readapt quickly and counter the counter, as we might say. But it looks like map 2. I'm not quite sure what map 2 is.
Blizzard World, it looks
It's
like.
not Blizzard World. I don't know. I'm not quite sure. It is Blizzard World.
And it looks like it's going to be the hybrid, you know, payload plus the control.
Oh, yeah.
So should be really interesting to see, because we saw Carthage struggle with this in the last game.
We really struggled on Blizzard World, but that was one of the maps we won earlier today.
Yeah.
Going down to, it was a 3v, was it 3-2 or something like that? I don't remember.
They had to get past that last corner.
They
That last
had to
corner
get past
inside
that
the
last
castle.
corner.
That's the
And this was the map that the Firebirds were like, you know what? This is it. This is where we pop off, as we say. And they immediately switched up and just destroyed the Bulldog. I had to think about who we played an hour ago.
no, you really saw them kind of pull it back together. They were really having a hard time. They looked really disjointed in the first payload match. After they were able to come back here, stop them at that corner, you know, they really kind of showed us, you know, who they are and brought back that teamwork we were seeing so much in the first round. So we'll see it again here. Hopefully they can bring it in.
We know Blizzard World's fresh in our mind, like I said. So I think we know exactly what we need to do on this map because we did it not long ago.
I wonder if we're going to see that same Soldier Cassidy combo.
Oh, I hope so. I hope so. Lunar Synergy and Donut on the Soldier Cassidy combo is just beautiful to see. And honestly, I couldn't think of a better comp.
You can't beat that poke at all. They know exactly what they were doing there. All right, so it looks like, what do we got going on?
I'm not going to talk about comps because I'm going to say it and they're going to change.
They're probably going to switch.
I'm going to say, okay, Bulldogs going Reinhardt, Diva, Torbjorn, May, Lucio, and yeah, the Redbirds. Oh my gosh. Okay, the Redbirds going Baptiste, Lucio, May, Torbjorn, Diva, and Reinhardt. Having the Torbjorn might be difficult. We really struggled with that in our game earlier today, but I think we now have figured it out. And a Lucio Baptiste, it's going to be interesting. Whereas the Firebirds are going double shield, Tracer, Cassidy, Baptiste, and Zenyatta. Hubbub on Zenyatta that's pretty interesting. I mean, Westhoff's a really good Zenyatta. Usually we don't really see much Zenyatta from Hubbub, but not saying that it's bad. Hubbub is really good on Zenyatta. So
absolutely,
honestly, I like this comp for it, especially Donut. Donut's been working on his Tracer.
I cannot wait to see the mobility here. The plays. Looks like he's trying to get right behind him there and jump right in.
Waiting for the distraction. Gonna probably dive that Torbjorn turret. There you go.
That was awesome.
Doing work on the Torbjorn turret and then attacking the backline because they're trapped between that May wall. So it's not gonna work out for them. Donut's just doing a lot of damage right now.
Yeah, no, you can tell, you know, that Tracer mobility is just unmatched. And they know how to navigate that back half of the map and get behind their backline. It's messy. It gets real messy.
Now, as we can see here, though, the Redbirds are fully grouped up. And I said it right that time.
There you go.
The Redbirds are fully grouped up right now on point, which is a good strategy to have, but I think because the Firebirds are attacking from 2 different angles, it's just going to collapse onto them, and it might not work out too well.
Here comes that Torbjorn right there. Oh, they're getting on that Tracer.
And there goes Psychopred's going to jump. He might rush in, but no. Taking half health, but there goes that Sigma ult. Going to raise everybody up into the air, do half their damage, and Lunar Synergy getting 2 with that high noon. Crazy getting a bullet kill. Jonah getting a pulse kill, and Lunar Synergy topping it all off.
Wow.
With a pick up the Diva. What a team kill from the Firebirds.
There we go. Whenever Carthage goes in and they have that synergy, they win fights every time. It's just when they're working together like that, you can't beat that. That is unbelievable. Amazing plays there.
Oh, it's beautiful to see, and it looks like Donut just causing a lot of chaos. You know, that's what you should do as Tracer. Get really easy kills or just cause chaos. Now there's that May who's going to just completely wall them off the moment anybody pushes through. And it's going to be really bad for the Firebirds because they're going to have one person off. Now there goes Donut, unfortunately falling to that May via headshot using that icicle, but the cart's moving. That's the thing, the cart is moving and they're going to get a decent amount of space.
It looks like they're just trying to keep them like a 3v3, keep them distracted, while 6 of them go up at the top there. 3 of them stay on the cart, get that push.
Exactly there. Now Diva falling, all of them jumping off. There's the application matrix, which honestly kind of a weird placement for it because there's not much you can do with that, but it's working for them. I stand corrected. It's pushing the Firebirds
and we
back.
see a Pharah
Donut's going
coming out.
Pharah.
There we
You
go.
wanted a Pharah earlier today, so there you go.
Absolutely, I finally got what I asked for.
Yeah, because
Interesting
they're
to
not-
see because I don't know, they don't have any hit scan on that.
They have a
side.
Torbjorn turret. They have a Diva and a Baptiste, but even that's like, you know.
Yeah, and that Pharah can
Not
just
much.
pick off that turret from long
Oh, yeah.
range. So,
No,
I
that's
mean,
exactly what Donut's
absolutely
doing.
no problem there. And a well-placed Pharah coupled with the Reinhardt, I mean, if he gets a good knock there, I mean, that's going to go crazy.
Oh, yeah. There's Donut still. Nobody's taking care of it. Nobody is focusing him. Second Prince is just walking the point. There goes that Torbjorn ult, and that's going to cause a lot of area denial for the Firebirds, or they're going to just walk into it. But Crazy H using his ultimate,
There it is.
baiting out that beat drop,
Wow.
and baiting out that immortality field, doing a whole lot of damage to them.
Carthage
And
still
getting
has
an early
3
pick.
ultimates up right now.
Getting 2 picks on them. Unfortunately, Lunar Synergy is falling, but Second Prince is right there in the action, just causing all the damage with a hammer.
If he gets in a pickle too, he can get an easy out with his ultimate. So, you know, they're really...
And there you go.
There we go.
There you go.
6 down for the...
That might actually just solidify that point.
Yeah,
the
I think they
Redbirds
got
might just need to allow them to capture a point, because if they push in really aggressive now, it's going to be really bad for
They're
them.
going to lose 2 or 3, and then they're going to have to take the time to regroup one more time.
There goes that Earth Shatter. I think just using it to secure point, but there goes that Blizzard trying to stop that, you know, counter that Earth Shatter. But the Firebirds getting 3 really good picks. Redbirds are getting 3 picks though. It is now just 3-3 right now. But there's Lunar Synergy causing a lot of damage and making them regret it. Using the amplification matrix would be a really bad idea for the Redbirds, but they did it. And there goes Reinhardt falling to it. And Lunar Synergy having high noon again.
That is insane.
They're just keep going in right now. But the Redbirds just keep going in, and it's working. But here comes Donut with the barrage. Will he use it?
No,
When will he?
there
There
it
we
is.
go. Somebody touch point though. There we go.
Wow.
Somebody touch. There we
There we go.
No,
Look at that.
come on.
Look at that.
Somebody touch point. Somebody get it.
5-player kill streak.
Now
on the
just
farm.
Reinhardt. They are so perfect.
Unbelievable.
The Redbirds are so perfectly staggered that there's always just going to be one person on point.
That was... I don't know how no one has focused the Pharah this entire time. I mean, as you can see now, they have the Cassidy, you know, but to try to pick her out of the sky, but it is just not working.
Oh yeah.
That was fun to watch.
Oh yeah.
And Carthage, again, they got 3 ults up ready to go. If they can push around this corner here, that might be a pretty good indication about who's going to take this round here.
I agree. There goes that
again,
Sigma ult once again, getting a lot of those people.
Unbelievable.
Baiting
Man
out
wall up, but it's not doing anything right now. They're breaking right through it.
Second Prince got really low right there. Almost dying, but he backed up, and our healers were able to heal him back to full health. There's the high noon. It's gonna be a little bit scary for anybody who's in its way, but nobody falls to it. In fact, Lunar Synergy decides, yeah, I'm gonna steal that, get a kill. Oh, and canceling the beat drop. Donut canceled it. That is gonna be beautiful, because now they have one less ult to use to stall point, especially
And they're
such a defensive
And
one.
there comes the amazing Carthage again, showing how to capitalize on those team fights. It just seemed like the Redbirds there.
Second Prince almost shattered for that too. So, that was a beautiful, beautiful play from the Firebirds. I think that entire match. There's a few times where the Redbirds had the upper hand, but I think they weren't able to hold it for as long as they wanted, and the Firebirds were able to just walk the cart.
It seemed like at the end of that game too, they were really just getting desperate to try to stop the truck. They didn't take the time to regroup and really kind of capitalize on, okay, we got to bait out these ults, get these team fights going, so we might actually be able to win a fight, knock out the Firebirds enough that we can stop this payload, push it back a little bit. You didn't see that at all. They just kept running in. So
no. It's gonna be interesting. Sometimes the Redbirds might be completely different on attack. But I think I feel like Donut has. Yeah, sorry, my producer sent me a message that I don't quite understand. But anyways, he wants me to read something, but I don't know what to read because I don't have anything to read. So we'll see in a second.
the teleprompter does not appear to be working.
The teleprompter is not working, which
Wasn't in
we're
the
off
budget.
script, I promise you. But it looks like Donut's going Bastion. Why?
Hiding in the corner.
Why going Bastion? I don't like Bastion, but like, I mean, it's something that you can't just say, oh, don't play this person. And ultimately, like, teams should know how to counter Bastion at this point.
I can't get mad at a good Bastion player
No.
either. As much as I don't like playing against Bastion, if you're a good Bastion player, I respect you.
Especially going a double shield, this can be very,
And there he goes, just
deadly.
shredding right behind the shield. But it looks like they already took notice of that. The D.Va coming in to try to give him a 1v1.
diving it, but
Mech
not
already
enough. Like,
gone.
why did you think you could do that, though?
Mech already
Donut
down.
is just scary when it comes to Bastion.
Just trying to set back up behind the
any
cover
sort of
there.
damage. That cover's gonna
Oh,
be very,
but-
very good for him, especially with that long line of sight. Just able to tear apart any sort of shielding. Now, it looks like Second Prince really pushed up, but there goes the May, and now Donut can just pick off the back line.
You can really see here, they're just setting it up and,
Oh, yeah.
you know, keeping him off the point. And
There you
again,
go.
4 down for the Redbirds.
Mm-hmm.
Carthage, I don't think they lost anyone in that first engagement there.
No, I don't think so. I
was
think this is gonna be a
impressive.
really good hold for the Firebirds. They just need to figure out how to counter Bastion, and I think they might not know how to. The D.Va's the closest thing to a counter, maybe even a May, but if Donut's staying like out of sight, out of mind, like there's not much he can do. If he knows who to
Look at that.
There you go. That is gonna be so
amazing.
That is disgusting to watch, but also so beautiful.
This is a massacre.
Just mopping
This is
them
a
up.
massacre.
Mopping
Kill.
them up.
Donut on fire. That was a massacre.
Yep.
I
And I will say, just a quick announcement while we wait for that next push. Thursday, March 31st, 2022 is Carthage College's 7th annual Giving Day. This year, we're celebrating 175 years. Carthage College with a blast from the past. If Carthage receives gifts from 1,175 donors this Giving Day, in honor of our 175th anniversary, the Board of Trustees will give an additional $250,000 to Carthage. Join us. When you make a gift, you make a difference. Scroll down to see our 9 mini challenges, or click below to make a gift to your to the designation of your choice. Thank you so much.
that was a mouthful.
That was a lot. But also the Firebirds mopping the Redbirds up again. Beautiful to see while I was reading that. Great time to read it too.
Yeah, right. I honestly, I am too stunned to speak.
Oh, there you go.
There it is.
Hubbub knows how to play Zenyatta. Zenyatta is such an amazing support because it's just a DPS who can heal as a secondary ability.
Right,
So.
and when you have the amount of protection that he seems to have from these tanks right now, I mean, there's really no stopping that. If you stay on that back line, I mean, they know how to protect their supports, and they're doing a really good job of making sure that Zenyatta can deal the damage he needs to, while also keeping everybody topped up with those orbs. So,
Yeah.
amazing job by the Firebirds here.
Now that Fire Strike did
Eating
not
the
do
damage.
much though because of that defense matrix, but she's probably used up all of her defense matrix, and now they're able to get that early pick on the Psychopreds Reinhardt, and it's not going to be good, I don't think. I think this is going to be really good for the Redbirds, really bad for the Firebirds.
They got 4 versus 2 on the point right now.
And they got all these ults. They got so many ults right now. Sigma's frozen, but they're able to get that
Here comes
pick
the
on the
Cassidy.
D.Va. There goes that self-destruct. They're capturing point right
They
now.
finally got on the point. And the Hanzo goes down.
I think they're going to solidify point here. I think the Redbirds are going to be able to capture it fully.
There it
3
is.
minutes added to the clock. 3 more minutes of you hearing us. I'm not mad.
I'm not mad. That was, they really showed us that they can come together and win
yeah.
a fight. They just got to make sure they're keeping on those groups.
You got to time those ultimates too, and that's exactly what they did. They made sure to spread it out so that there was always something that the Firebirds had to deal with, something that they had to hide from. A blizzard and that self-destruct, just 2 really good area denials for them, and it worked out for them. So hopefully the Firebirds can hold them off. The only way for the Redbirds to win this is to push it all the way to the end,
Yep.
and then hold on attack against Carthage again.
Yeah, and I mean,
So-
right, they're doing an okay job getting to that checkpoint. Looks like
There goes
Cassidy getting
Lunar
on there,
Synergy.
absolutely deleting that
deleting the Lucio. It's just Lucio
him
couldn't
right
exist
up.
there. It was just 1 second and then nothing.
And you're seeing again, we got the Soldier Cassidy combo again.
Oh, yeah.
Long range DPS.
Now
lots of poke.
here's the interesting thing: the Redbirds not doing like any changes.
No, I mean, I haven't really seen too much change in their composition. I think that Lucio might be new. I don't remember seeing him earlier, but other than that, I mean,
Oh, they're comboing a bunch of
Coming out.
things using the app matrix.
Cassidy goes down.
And unfortunately, Lunar Synergy and NECC is dying. I think that's going to be bad for the Firebirds. Some really key players were lost for the Firebirds, but maybe we're able to hold them off right now. How about getting the 1v1 there and surviving with just a little bit of health, but then Psychopreds falling,
That
and
was
now The Redbirds aren't even on point, though.
No.
The Redbirds are not on point.
They're not pushing.
They are not pushing point.
They get one on there.
So much ground just was lost by the Redbirds for not touching. Nobody was on cart, and they could have gained so much ground.
And that gave Carthage time to regroup and kind of get back at it, just to stop them from staying on the point. They were doing a really good job.
That was not a good play for the Redbirds, unfortunately. And I think they kind of understood that. I think there was somebody yelling, "Why is nobody on cart?" Which happens so many times. And as a support main, I'm usually supposed to be the one to do it, so it's usually me.
But understandable.
Yeah.
And here we go again.
Here comes that shatter. Now we saw, there we go, that beautiful shatter. Almost blocking that second shatter, that follow-up shatter. But that was just a little bit too early to use it. And
yeah, and again, you see Illinois State not putting that much pressure on the objective. They're mostly focusing on fighting.
I agree. I think it's interesting to see. I mean, you can get all the kills you want, but ultimately, if you're not pushing cart, you're not pushing cart.
No, absolutely. It looks like they're getting really close. They got one.
They're getting really close. But we have Blizzard. No, we don't have Blizzard. We have Graviton and Transcendence, which is going to be really good for the Firebirds. If they hold it here, it's 8 seconds left. And Psychobrat's just sacrificed himself for, I think, what's better. And now, I think right then and there, it is round 2, map 2, going to the Firebirds. 2-0 in the series. That was beautiful to watch from the Firebirds. A few times I think the Redbirds got the upper hand on us because maybe we were a bit too aggressive, but ultimately it didn't pay off. And Crazy Mage getting the play of the game. Oh, this was a beautiful one.
Bringing everybody up into the air.
Doing just so much damage. Pairing it with that high noon and that pulse bomb. One might consider that too many ults, but also we captured point probably because of it. Yeah. Now Pasta doing 17,000 healing, 28% of the damage taken by ISU. The Redbirds that's a lot of healing.
That is a really good job. But Hubbub with the 28 offensive assists with the Zenyatta, unbelievable plays there.
You know, I kept hyping up Hubbub on Moira, but honestly, Hubbub really scary on Zenyatta. So honestly, just fear Hubbub. I'll say that. Just fear him.
Zenyatta is basically a Widowmaker without a scope.
Yeah, pretty much.
So do with that as you will.
Yeah. But I think we're going to do map 3, and I'm going to take a shot in the dark and think that it's Dorado. Because I'm pretty sure that's what it was when I looked at the lineup.
It is
Dorado. I know what I'm talking about.
You do. I couldn't remember. I'm really glad you knew that, because otherwise I'd be fumbling around.
I should know, because I was supposed to play this map, but that's another conversation.
Schedule changes,
yeah. But it looks like we're going to make a quick substitution. We're going to substitute Crazy Mage in for Sam.
It looks like DK going.
No, the other way around. Sam for Crazy Mage and DK for Lunar Synergy. DK being a great DPS, but focusing more on that utility, which honestly, you know, it all depends on how you want to run it. And Sam just being a fantastic diva, being just... I'll be honest, Sam has focused diva these past few weeks, just training and stuff, and it's shown off wonderfully. We have seen some beautiful diva plays by Sam, and honestly, I think Sam knows exactly what to do with diva, especially on Dorado. We struggled with Dorado the game earlier tonight, but I think we figured out what was wrong, and now we're gaining momentum. And I will say this. If the Firebirds win this map, we're going to playoffs.
Absolutely.
We solidify, we secure our playoffs. That's the word. We lock in our playoff spot. So, not saying it's an important map, but it's an important map. If we lose this, we just win the next one.
And like you said, you know, we really did see Carthage struggle on this map in the last game. They seemed really disjointed. They weren't able to really get any good engagements on the team fights. So. Hopefully they can kind of turn it around. I mean, they've riding the momentum of the wins the last 2 maps now, so they can bring it in here, make quick work of this, get on the point, make some plays. I think we'll see a quick victory and advancement.
I hope it's a quick victory. I'm tired. I have homework I got to do. I have French homework I have to do. But I love this. I love being here. Thank you all so much for joining in and watching us.
Thank you guys for having me.
No problem. We love to have you. You know, I was thinking about it today. I'm like, you know, I think we should invite Matt.
Yeah, in case you weren't aware, I'm actually an alumni. I graduated from Carthage in 2020, so coming back
He
here
doesn't even go here.
and seeing all the advancements in the esports studio and how awesome this program execution has been, and just being able to be a part of something that's, you know, so influential, it's just awesome. So thank you guys for the invite, and you know, I'm really excited to see what you guys do with you know, your esports program in the future.
Now Firebirds going on attack. We are seeing DK going Farah, which I love DK on Farah. I think it's scary.
Look at that, just hanging out in the background.
Donut too.
coming in.
Doomfist. Oh my god.
Amazing plays.
Oh my gosh. They're going. The Redbirds are going Widowmaker.
Going right
What?
onto that Mercy. And are we about to see a team kill here?
We might see a team kill, but the
looks like
Widow's
that
able to run
Widowmaker
away.
got Yep.
And almost trying to get that jump shot, but not. And laughing despite
But and the Doomfist comes out.
that. Oh my god, somebody clip that, please. Somebody clip that, please. Oh my gosh, that was a beautiful play by Donut.
He wanted it. He really wanted
He's
it.
emoting right now, and all of a sudden, Doomfist.
Suddenly Doomfist.
Oh my gosh.
All right, looks like Redbirds have had time to regroup here, but DK pushing far with that Pharah.
It's interesting to play Farah because they have a Widow and a cat. Well, they had a Widow. Now it's a Hanzo Cassidy. Having that double hit scan just being an absolute threat to DK's Farah, but it might work out. And we got Donut who's gonna just dive him and cause so much chaos, making sure. But unfortunately, not able to get that punch off because the Orisa used Fortify.
Diva
so
looking
just
for
becoming
neck
a
there.
solid block. But the Firebirds
Doomfist
are
coming
messing
back.
up this Sigma. They're just making him regret ever dropping down. And there you go, slamming
And
on
the
the.
Doomfist
And here
back
comes
out.
the meteor strike on the. Oh, not on the Diva. Somebody diving the.
There he
oh
goes.
my gosh, Donut.
There.
Donut is so scary right now. I don't even.
Look at that, just immediately deletes the McCree.
Firebirds are deleting the Redbirds there, just mopping them up after Donut makes his initial push. And honestly, the Firebirds just not being able to get enough traction on these
Redbirds
holds.
coming out with the Orisa.
And there goes DK using the barrage
There it
and
is.
mixed with that Baptiste amplification matrix, doing that extra damage. Now everybody's getting lifted in the air though.
What?
And
What just happened?
a 4-5K by the Redbirds.
They just what? Wow.
They just comboed a high noon with that. Oh wow.
I don't think I've ever seen a team kill happen that fast before. That was everybody.
Beautiful from the Redbirds. Some amazing management with those ultimates comboing them.
That was literally everybody. That was
Literally all the Firebirds. They had to stop them. We had too much momentum there.
yeah. I mean, but unfortunately for them, Firebirds actually.
Firebirds know exactly where they're going to set up and are going to dive them accordingly, and it's not going to be good. And there you go, especially with Sam. Now Sam's probably going to use the self-destruct here in a second. Second person
Yeah, I was
falling right now.
we're about to see the deep.
But because there's no more shields except that Brigitte, Sam is just not able to get it. But maybe he's just going to use it on point right now. I think that's going to be really good.
And is the all going to come out here?
Fading out that immortality field, I think might be
There it
key.
is. Yes.
And here comes all of these
Hanzo
ultimates. There's Sam though, right there. Just making so much damage, just making so much a mess of the Redbirds. And Donut's right there, making sure everybody's out of position. Baptiste falling, Sigma falling, getting the kill with his return to back.
Doomfist
Oh my gosh,
back
there
up
goes,
again. So
there's
they're about
point
to.
two.
Yep, and there it is.
And 4 minutes and 30 seconds for the Firebirds to push it to this next point. And the Firebirds having almost 3 ults right now.
This is a pretty crucial choke point for the Redbirds. If they can't hold the Firebirds at this spot here, I don't see them coming back from this.
Oh, I agree.
They really need to kind of pull it together. They got 2 ults, almost 3, and then they're gonna have 4 once that Orisa ultimate comes up. She's at 73% right now, so we'll see what they can do to make one final team fight to kind of hold Redbirds back, or Firebirds back. But I don't know how that's gonna work out.
I agree. Now the Firebirds just doing a lot of damage there. Combining the ultimate. Oh my gosh.
coming out.
A 3K, 4DK. I love that. That was beautiful
Look
to
at
see.
that.
There's a 4K there. And they all had even more ults have been gathered.
3 on
and that's
point,
a team kill.
kill.
And honestly, we might just walk into point now. We just need to just make sure they cannot enter that little doorway. And there's the Cassidy going on the left side, but it's just wasting that high noon.
Right.
That was an interesting high noon, but there's the wrecking ball trying to just boop everybody around.
Put it over
but
time.
the Firebirds are like, you're not getting onto this point. and now 0.01 meters. You could just tap it in. Just tap
Keeping
it
it
in.
contested. Keeping it contested. But no one has gone down yet for the Firebirds. They are staying on top of it.
We have some
Two down.
amazing healers up right now. Hubbub and
3 down on the Redbirds.
Deadly.
Wrecking
And there
ball
goes
back
Moira.
up.
And there goes somebody. There's a Tracer. Oh no, the Tracer had 1 health. But there's the wrecking ball back. Almost knocking him around, but Donut's over.
Just getting knocked off the edge there, but still not a single person gone down on the Firebirds.
And there you go.
Wrecking ball goes down, and that's game.
That wrecking ball probably bought the Redbirds 30 more seconds there.
Yeah.
But it wasn't enough.
It was not. That was an incredible display of teamwork there. I mean, if Firebirds had that, from the top, they were just unbelievably staying on top of that round. They knew exactly what they needed to do.
It was beautiful to see Redbirds being able to do some really, really key plays. Having that team kill on the Firebirds was just beautiful to see from the Redbirds, and shows that they have it in them. So we cannot say anything about, like, they could easily pull this off. They could reverse sweep us right now.
Yeah, absolutely.
So,
I mean, like you said, that one team kill where the entire Firebirds roster goes down like that.
Yeah. This will be interesting to see how well we do on defense. The Redbirds just need to push it all the way to the end, and then we'll go into some extra rounds there with whatever leftover time we have. But if the Redbirds do not push it, it is game over for tonight, and I think they're out for the season. I think this is the final game for them. I think if they don't win this, they don't make it to playoffs, but I'm not quite sure. I think it's the same thing as for us, though. If we don't win this, I don't think we make playoffs. So ultimately, it's make or break for both teams.
Absolutely. It's an interesting lineup we have on both teams here so far.
Spirit really likes that Widowmaker, and it didn't really work out for him. But we're going Reinhardt and Diva, which is so solid. Psychopath's being so scary on Reinhardt, and like we said earlier, Sam on Diva. What a combo. We have some excellent duos role duos on this team, and honestly, I think that is one of our keys to success here. But DK getting picked off early by that Widow, but we're able to res. Great choice picking that Mercy though, Hubbub, because you can easily get that res.
Man, the Redbirds here, they have a lot of squishies, so I'm going to be really interested to see how they can outlast the Firebirds with all the DPS that they have.
Now they just pushed it like under the arch, but Sam was able to dive the Diva or dive the Widow and just take care of them. So now they just have to worry about it. Now Fawny Bear's still going Brigitte, but it's not enough. That's not much healing.
And here we see just this
arch right here is so difficult to pass through. But once I think the Redbirds do, it's going to be rather easy for them to make it to the next point.
Absolutely. I'm definitely surprised we're not seeing more of like a shield lineup coming from the Redbirds here.
I agree. That Widow, though, still causing a lot of issues for us. But I think we know exactly where the Widow's going to go. So we have there.
Yeah, there it is.
There's Donut knowing exactly where they're going to go. And there's that Brigitte getting those heals, and now Widow's back to full health. But Spirit's doing pretty good with that positioning. Able to get some of his key, but missing the shot.
Getting the hit on the second one
hitting
there.
the second shot, but it wasn't enough. And Horace is able to get that pick on Donut. And now it's Battle of the Arch again.
This choke point's been really contested for a while, but it looks like the Firebirds do have that shatter up.
Oh, that shatter is gonna be game changing. There's Donut, and there's the shatter, and now they're just gonna mop him up.
And there it goes. 1 down, 2 down for the Redbirds.
It's going to force the Redbirds to go in. Now DK knows the Widow's right there, and there's Sam.
4 down.
Wow.
Unbelievable. Unbelievable.
You could see there that Spirit just stood in place because there's like, there's nothing I can do.
Can't outrun a Symmetra when they're like that.
There is nothing you can do there. But minute 49, I think the Redbirds have like 2 or 3 more good pushes on them. They have 2 ultimates using that Widow sight, that true sight, but will it be enough? Now here's the thing though, Redbirds are going from underneath to that far side, and it's probably gonna flank, but I think the call has been made and they know exactly where the Redbirds are. So they are definitely, there you go. The Firebirds are rotating, making sure that they can't even do anything with that. There goes that Sigma ult, raising everybody in the air.
Shields.
And Sam is unfortunately demacked, but the Orisa down. The Firebirds are able to pick off that Orisa. Going to be a really key play there.
Found the Widow
Donut is just 1v1ing that Widow right there, it looked like. But the Redbirds still have yet to push it through that arch. What is Hubbub? Hubbub is a battle mercy right there and surviving.
All right, they got 1 minute left to make a play. Let's see, can they get this payload through the arch? They've had plenty of time now to regroup. Arisa's back up. They got, oh, it looks like we had a switch to Junkrat from the Widow. So let's see if they can use that
That's a
to
good
make a
choice,
play.
though. I think that's really smart on their part.
If you can position those bombs,
But there goes Shannon,
the fire
using the self-destruct.
Wow.
No, not getting any picks there. But DK getting...
And now
picks
4
there.
fall for the Redbirds.
The Redbirds have one more push this entire season. This is the make it or break it for the Redbirds. And they have a dragon to do it. That dragon can be really good for some of that crowd control. Now they switched to an Orisa Roadhog. I think they did that last fight, but
I don't know if you just watched that Hanzo try to climb up the wall. He did not make it.
DK setting up a really key teleporter right there. There goes that dragon on the point, but I don't think it's going to be enough.
There.
I don't think it's going to be enough. Oh, Firebirds almost falling.
Roadhog.
And the rest, it is now in overtime, and the Firebirds are still on point.
Not
Who
even
gets the pick?
fall.
They get the picks on the Redbirds, and there goes Roadhog.
The team kill.
And that is it. Team kill on the Redbirds. The Firebirds are going to playoffs. Oh my gosh, 3-0 in the series for tonight. 2 wins in a row for the Firebirds. Wow.
That was awesome to watch. I mean, you really saw that last fight. They knew exactly what was going on. Looks like we got to play the game coming out from
Spirit, though. Spirit doing some really good plays as a hit stand, as a Widow. That was it right there. That was
exactly what we were talking about.
That was a beautiful play on their part.
That
Using
was
those ultimates right there.
Good.
Those ultimates, man, as a combination are just so good. Pasta, once again, doing just a ton of healing for the Redbirds. Nancake's getting 60% of the kill participation, 30 defensive assists.
That's
DK
crazy.
doing 62% kill participation with
awesome.
a bunch of kills there. As far out, that was a beautiful game to see. I think the rest of the Firebirds are so hyped up right now because we're going to the playoffs, and I think we're gonna have an excellent interview in a few seconds. So I think we're gonna take a quick break. Firebirds win 3-0 in the series. The Redbirds doing some fantastic plays, holding on their own, but it wasn't enough.
No, absolutely. But that was just an awesome display of teamwork from the Firebirds there. I mean, you could really tell that they were dialed in. They knew exactly what they had to do. They picked up on their mistakes from last game, knew exactly how to correct them and bring them into this one. Fantastic job from both teams. Definitely saw some awesome plays, like we said. That Cassidy Sigma play was absolutely unbelievable. So definitely well-deserved play of the game there.
Oh yeah, now it's going to be really, really interesting to see the playoffs now, because we now know we are in the playoffs. So I think we're gonna add more time working on strategies and stuff, because we kind of struggled in game 1, going 3-2, and honestly, like it showed. But we were able to get an excellent pep talk from Coach Palmer, and just game changing there.
Absolutely.
But it looks like we actually have our interview right now, representing Carthage Firebirds from this awesome win. We have our one of our tank mains for the first time, I think, on the cast, Crazy Mage. How's it going, Crazy Mage?
It's going pretty good.
How do you feel after that game?
I'm on top of the world.
Oh my! It was such a beautiful match to see. You were getting some amazing plays on your Sigma. Your Sigma is so good,
Dude, that was... I opened my damage at the end. I was like... I didn't even remember doing that much damage, and I was like, oh.
Well, it's just, coming from a 3-2, such a close game earlier today, and then immediately going to a 3-0,
it was like day and night.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, absolutely. You could definitely tell you guys picked up on what wasn't working last time, turned it around, and the display of teamwork we just saw from all of you guys was fantastic. You guys kicked it.
I think we just carried our momentum really well from the first game, and just rolled the second game.
Now the Redbirds getting some really, really good plays on us, but you were able to just easily come back in and just regroup and just focus on who becomes an issue. And obviously, like that Widowmaker, like the Rhine Diva comp and just Rhine Sigma and all those comps you did, beautiful.
Yeah,
beautiful
that was just... The Widow was the problem for like a little bit, and then...
Well, there's an interesting play that you only saw on the stream, but what happened was on that one pick, the Widow dove over the wall after first point, got to the other end because Donut was trying to, get it. But she survived. So she starts emoting, the laughing emote, and Doofus comes in and kills her. It is such a beautiful sight to see, and I think we clipped it. So you got to definitely watch that after the stream. Definitely. But I mean, what do you think, like, going into the playoffs now, what do you think you need to work on more as a team, like, together? What did we struggle with the most tonight?
I think we just need to keep our energy up, because when our energy's up, no one can stop us, and I think that's it. Comms probably, if anything else, but I think overall just keep our momentum flowing, try not to, like, get bogged down if we, like, lose a map or something.
Yeah, definitely.
It's like when you guys, like, lose team fights, like, you get pushed off the point, you lose a team fight, you get off the objective. What goes through your head? Like, what's the next thing? How do you adapt your strategy to kind of come back and get it the next time around?
We just, like, see what we have, like, we have any ults, and we'll see, like, oh, we can combo this and this to open it, and, like, if we open it with an ult, they're, like, half health already, then we just go in, and they can't really do anything if they're all at half health.
Yeah, absolutely.
Now, how does it feel to be in the playoffs?
Feels pretty good.
Awesome.
I'm pretty excited.
We're happy because that means more shoutcasting for me. I'm so excited to see how well we do, and I think we're gonna put a lot more effort in now and work on some of our strategies, tweak some of the issues we have, but we have that potential now. We see that we have the capability of winning beautifully. So I think we are a force to be reckoned with, especially you.
NECC, watch out.
NECC, watch out. That's the second time somebody said that on stream. Sam did it on one of the earlier streams where he's like, honestly, you better watch out. He said that.
Yeah.
And I'm like, that's the second time we're talking. We're I wouldn't say threatening the division, but, like, we are a force to be reckoned with. Hear me now. So I agree, though. I think these next playoffs, and also the fact that it's our inaugural season and we're going so far and doing so well, like,
I think
that's just